My wife said saving was too easy for me because I make six figures, so I finally looked at where her hard-earned money was really going. My wife told me my six-figure income made saving too easy for me. That was her exact phrase when I asked her to contribute $20,000 from her joint savings fund toward our house down payment. We'd been searching for 18 months. I'd already deposited $180,000. She had $43,000 sitting in a pooled account with her college friends. It's different for you, she said, not looking up from her phone. You make 3 times what I do. You can rebuild that in 6 months. This money took me years. I'm a senior financial analyst. I noticed patterns. The math didn't track. She earned $62,000 annually. Her contribution to our shared expenses was 38%. That left her with roughly $24,000 after taxes. Yet she'd accumulated $43,000 in 3 years while contributing to household costs. The numbers refused to align. I spent Monday reviewing our joint account statements. Her deposits matched her salary perfectly. No discrepancies. Tuesday, I accessed our investment accounts. Everything legitimate. Wednesday, I examined our credit reports. That's where the pattern emerged. She had a credit card I'd never seen. Opened 4 months after our wedding. Current balance, 0. Transaction history. Monthly transfers of $1,200 to an account ending in 7,843. Thursday morning, I called the bank using my financial industry credentials. Account 7,843 was the friend's fund, but the transaction logs revealed something she hadn't mentioned. The fund wasn't just savings. It was an investment pool. They'd been buying rental properties in North Carolina. 3 units purchased over 36 months. Her equity stake, $167,000. She had leveraged our dual income household, specifically my contribution, covering 80% of our expenses to build a real estate portfolio she'd never disclosed. Friday evening, she announced she'd invited her friends over for dinner. The investment group, she called them. They arrived wearing designer labels. One mentioned their passive income stream. Another joked about secret money. My wife laughed. Some husbands don't need to know every detail. I waited until dessert was served. I have something to share, I said, opening my laptop. The screen displayed a financial breakdown I'd prepared. Her friends went silent as they recognized the account numbers. This is fascinating, I began. My wife has told me repeatedly that she can't contribute to our down payment because saving is harder for her. But this analysis shows something different. I walked them through the evidence. Her monthly $1,200 transfers, the property acquisitions, the current equity value, the fact that I'd been subsidizing her investment strategy by covering our living expenses at a ratio that left her with disposable income she'd never disclosed. The most interesting part, I continued, is the tax implication. These properties generate rental income. That's reportable, but our joint tax returns show 0 rental income. Her face drained of color. I've already contacted a tax attorney, I said, not to file anything, just to understand the situation. Turns out when you file jointly and one spouse conceals income, both parties are liable. But there's a separation clause for innocent spouse relief. I stood up. I've also withdrawn my down payment contribution and opened my own account. The house search is canceled. I've scheduled a meeting with a divorce attorney for Monday to discuss asset division and separate financial liability. Her friends collected their things in silence. One whispered, I told you this was risky, as they left. My wife sat frozen at the table. You were right about one thing, I said. It is easier for me to rebuild, but you won't be rebuilding with my money subsidizing your hidden investments anymore. By Monday, she'd hired her own attorney. By Wednesday, her friends had quietly dissolved their investment group. By Friday, she was staying at her sister's house, trying to explain to her family how she'd concealed $167,000 in assets while claiming poverty. The down payment I'd saved, I invested it in a property downtown. The rental income covers the mortgage. I rebuilt my savings in 4 months. She spent 6 months trying to structure a settlement that wouldn't trigger tax fraud charges. When someone tells you your money is easy, remember they're usually hiding how hard they've worked to spend it without your knowledge.